Hello and welcome back. In this short lecture, we're going to learn about how to configure user-driven specific configuration for the autopilot. But either way, I just wanted to revise the how to configure the autopilot, the screens which we learned in the previous sections or in the previous lecture. I would say it's not a section; it would be different lecture altogether for step-by-step configuration. So the first step would be to make your company branding enabled. So this is a one-time job. Later point, we enabled auto enrollment options. We did configure that with the P1 or P2 different Azure license, and also auto deployment profile. We did create that specific profile, and the AD group, either dynamic also mechanism I did shown you in the previous demo. Now it's a time for static, so I'm going to create a static in the next video. That would be specific to the user-driven mode. And also, we also talked about the hardware ID, how to import and how to extract, and then importing options. Now, once you import it, actually the profile gets applied as a not assigned to assigned, assigning, and then assigned. Assign is the last option, which will say that the mission is ready for the deployment or autopilot. So that's how it works. So the first one would be the option with the Windows Autopilot user-driven mode, which we are going to learn. So in this case, the first one we are going to learn, which is user-driven mode for Azure Active Directory. So what happens is the machines will be configured for auto deployment with the Azure Active Directory. In this case, I'm going to take as a Dan as one of the Azure AD user, and then I would make it all automatic. If you can, go back to the go to the forward lecture, you would come to know, how I'm gonna do it, or how I'm going to perform this specific demonstration for you. And this specific demo is purely for the user driven. That means user have to select, he has to limitedly touch some of the options, like selecting the regional information, like country name, language, and the keyboard. Such options they must have to select. And also the other option also there, which is the user driven with the hybrid Azure AD. That means the machine will be joining to Azure AD as well as the on-premises Active Directory. So for that, I'm not going to talk now, but the next section would be completely on user driven. So now the end user experience would be always, if if the multiple languages are installed, user have to select the required languages, because it will be prompting if the image has consist of multiple languages. It would be definitely coming up. For example, if the French as well as the English was configured, then user have to select that. So that can't be automated altogether, and user must have to pick their keyboard and regional information. And also the machine must be connected to Azure AD. That means there should be a networking connectivity also will be available, and otherwise you need to connect to the default Wi-Fi. And also Windows 10 specific updates, if anything is there, the machine will automatically reboot in between. So this is another level of the point which I'm talking about, automatic reboot. It's not it will not happen for everyone, but what if you modified auto profile settings, but the machine was in between, took some policy, and there could be some kind of conflict kind of thing, it's going to do the reboot for you. That means it's just going to reboot, and then it will download the latest auto profile configuration file, and then it just continues further. So that's how it's going to work. So let's continue with the user will be prompted for Azure Active Directory credentials with a customized user experience. When I say the customized user experience, you can check out in the next upcoming demo. The username will not be prompted. The user is already, since the device is registered, which we are going to take it as the Hyper-V machine, so the machine will be already registered with the Intune with auto profile and assigned for a user called Dan. So Dan user ID will be automatically coming up there, and all we have to do is we just have to enter the password, not the user ID, because the user ID is already hard-coded when it's just coming up as the pop-up or the logon, and also the logo and other information also will be there. So that's the customization which is possible with end users experience. I put it another way. and the user credential will be entered. That would actually join to the AD later point MDM. A specific enrollment will also happen. So these are the user specific configuration or user specific experience. So I'm going to demonstrate that also in a minute. Now once the device is configured, tasks have been completed, the user will be assigned to Windows 10 using the credential they have provided. So these are the options that you have within the configuration for the user-driven configuration of Windows Autopilot. And you would be experience this specific demo in the next lecture. Thank you for watching this, and I hope this is useful for you.